All right, let's jump right in. Hey, you will never go wrong with a transformation video. People love to watch how something goes from something that's roughed up and bad to something that's a significant improvement. Now, I think we can automatically think, okay, weight loss videos, we see them and that's a great transformation, but it doesn't have to be something that's over a lot of time, and it can be really on any topic. It can be how you took a messy laundry room and you made it into something that works great for you, or that awful patch of weeds that was out in your front yard, you take through the steps of how you transformed it into a really nice flower bed. Or you can talk about how you worked on a problem that you had in a relationship with one of your family members, and by taking these steps, it transformed into something that is better and more healthy. Anything that you can either show or tell the story of a transformation is going to get attention. A basic tutorial video is almost always going to be a winner as well. I would encourage you to think simple with these. So if you can take somebody from, I don't know how to do this, to that wasn't so hard, but keep it pretty specific. Like, you don't want to create a video of how I fix my car engine. You want to create a video on how I change my oil filter, and you show those specific steps. So the big benefit of that is it's not so hard for somebody to be able to get. It's easier for you to be able to make the video, and it becomes much more searchable because people are searching on YouTube for answers of how to do something. And if you can do that specific task that they're looking for, and you can get your title to line up with that too, good chance you get more eyeballs on it. And if you don't know how to teach somebody how to do something, you can observe how somebody else taught them in some other videos and tell that story, or use some aspects to show that too. Whatever you can do to help solve the problem that the person is looking for how to do it. If you've got somebody else's story that you can make more palatable or you can make more easy to understand, that's a great option too. Product comparison videos are great too. If there's an easy choice in a topic that you're knowledgeable in and you're able to just show the comparison and talk about the pros and cons, that's a great one. Hey, we're going to be talking about a lot of ideas here, and I know they're not going to fit for every niche, but if you just put a little imagination into some of these, you might be able to sort of like conform them into what you are talking about. And I know that I get requests from, I don't know what to make videos about. So I'm just trying to toss out a lot of things here that maybe you can just jot down, think about how you can incorporate. All right, next suggestion, your reaction to trending topics. Now, I think it's easy to think about politics. It's easy to think about entertainment news. It's easy to think about sports. And when we're looking at YouTube, we can see that there's a lot of videos that come up about those things. So I think that's pretty easy fodder to find. But don't forget about things of trending topics within some more sub niches too. Whether it's a trending topic on the latest pickleball style. I don't know anything about pickleball, but man, people over 40 seem to love it. It can be trending topics with different car choices or electric vehicles and all the things that you're going to see videos generated about. But you can share your opinion on them, and people want to hear what your opinion is. You can talk about how much you agree with something and you think that's right, or maybe even better yet, for getting views, how much you disagree with something, and then be ready for some fun in the comments. Now, here's one that I see just generating a lot of interest these days, and they're shopping haul videos. Now, they can be obviously from a particular store, whether it's something you're finding online. Temu seems to be a big one people do shopping hauls for, or Dollar Tree. My gosh, there's so many Dollar Tree videos for all kinds of things now. And you can do it just from the store itself, or you can also do it to surround certain topics, whether it be for a certain aged woman and their wardrobe clothes that they're choosing and the shopping haul that they're buying for that, or a particular holiday, like what you're doing for springtime decorating and preparing for Easter and the shopping haul you're doing for that. Shopping hauls only from secondhand and thrift stores are also options too. So people love to buy things and people love to see what other people are buying. And if you can give reasons and more in-tune descriptions and also reflect them in your title specifically, I think it's going to be good for search. Also in the shopping realm would be gift guide videos. You can think of gift guides for just about any niche. Plus, you can go even more specific when you get there for men, for women, for teens, for senior citizens, for every holiday, for a budget, for the times when you want to go crazy and spend a little bit more. You have a lot of choices with gift guides. So I would just kind of, go the whole gamut and make videos for each one, making your titles line up with what people are searching for them. Hey, if we haven't met yet, I'm Diane. I'm in my mid-50s, and I've created this channel to help my fellow folks who are over the age of 40 to have more influence and to have the opportunity to earn more money. And primarily, that's by selling what we already know. So I love to talk about how to succeed with a YouTube channel And having various topics to choose from seems to be something that people are looking for. So I thought, hey, I'm just going to toss a whole bunch in a video here. You're also going to hear me allude to a lot the strategy of picking topics, and then the bigger strategy of making sure that your titles and then also your thumbnails reflect what's in these videos. Sure, I'm throwing out topics here, but as much as you can align them with videos that you're seeing already succeed in your niche, and then make those titles have lots of things that people are searching for in those terms, that's going to be how you really start to take off with the views. So let's get back to the list. So we're going to keep into the buying category and what you're creating videos with, what you're spending on, and the products that you're getting in return. Whether or not you're in the finance niche, people are always interested in what you're spending on a particular thing, just so they can have in mind whether it fits their budget or whether they're going to be like, oh, I saw it for cheaper somewhere else. And, you get the interaction that way. Obviously, you could keep it sort of basic and say, here's what I spend in my average weekly grocery shopping trip when I am making meals for my household of 5. Or you could make it go into what I spend in a typical day. If you have commuting and you have costs and meal prep and all those sorts of things that you would want to just say from the moment my eyes open in the morning to when my head hits the pillow, this is what I generally have to spend. And people are kind of fascinated by those things. I think the nosiness factor really works in our favor so much when we're creating YouTube videos, because people just kind of want to get that behind the scenes, especially when it comes to how much you're going to spend on something. So keep thinking about what I spend on my spring cleaning products, what I spend to be able to detail my car in one day on a weekend. Then obviously people want to think that they don't have to spend as much as you on some sorts of things. So then kind of turn into the idea of what you can do about what you spend, but you're keeping it in a certain income category. Refresh your spring wardrobe for under $100. Tune up your snowblower for less than $20. Make a big Sunday breakfast for a family of 4 for less than $4 a person. Whenever you can sort of attach those dollar amounts on things too, I think generates more interest, because people want to see if you can do it, whether they agree with it, and then they think, oh, that's a great idea, I'm going to tuck that away. And when we're inevitably buying things, also think about the fact that product review videos seem to always get attention with it. So again, we talked about the possibility of comparison, but you can just get your new pickleball racket and say, here's my review of it, here's the positives, and kind of just go from there. And then obviously unboxing videos still seem to be a big thing. If you've purchased something and you're excited that it's come to your house and you get to sort of just tear open that box, why not turn your camera on and talk about why you're doing it, so people can get that initial, oh, this is what that brand new car smell or feeling, whatever goes with the product that you're doing as you're doing an unboxing video. Now, don't ever forget with these videos that are related to purchasing and spending money, that many times you have the option to include affiliate links in your description. So real quickly, affiliate marketing is when you are producing content that you can have usually a specialized link with your content that directs somebody to what you talked about. Say you have that pickleball racket and you're saying, this is available from Amazon, and you put the link there. And because you drove that customer to Amazon to buy that particular product, when using your affiliate link, Amazon will give you a small cut and a commission from it as sort of a thank you of say, hey, you got us this business. So it doesn't have to be with Amazon. Amazon's usually the biggest one, but you can also, most websites, if you scroll all the way down to the bottom, you see a lot of them have affiliate links. So if you're purchasing from specific places online, a lot of times you can grab the affiliate link, and when you're talking about them and whatever sort of, here's what I spent, here's my product review, here's my unboxing, here's why I think this one is better, all of those have the option for affiliate links in the description, where you can earn some money from these videos outside of just the monetization options on YouTube. I know I'm moving faster because I don't want this video to be super long, but if you're getting value from this video, could I ask you to please just give it a like? Leave me a comment about the ideas that are stirring in you if you have further questions you think I could answer, and please, I'd just love it if you subscribe. So let's pivot away from spending and go back into the how-to world. You have lots of ideas of how to teach somebody how to do something, and if it's a complicated process, you can either make a really long video, but I would also suggest that you consider breaking it down into steps of the process, especially if it's something that, like, you're kind of going into different realms as you're explaining things, and it's just a lot easier to kind of talk about one at a time. having a series of videos that you can encourage of, if you made it through this step, let's go to the next step into the process, and sort of usher people on in a helpful way, but then also help to drive people to additional videos on your channel as they go through this learning process. Net positive for both sides. It is always a great option to seek out questions that people are asking about a specific topic. Now, if the questions aren't showing up on your own YouTube channel yet, you can always just look at your competitors and just see what questions people are asking there of things that are in the same general niche as what you want to talk about. So just scroll through those comments and see what people are looking for more information on, or saying, I'm confused by this, or, well, what about this circumstance? And oftentimes that can be a gold mine of finding other aspects of what you want to make videos about. Honestly, I have gotten some great ideas from the comments that you all have left on my videos with questions. This video here kind of stemmed from that too, because I just see people asking several times of, well, I have a channel, but I'm really not sure what to make videos about. And without going super niche specific and responding, then I thought, well, let's just talk about a lot of general categories. And that's kind of how the idea came about for this one. The questions that you have either in your own comments or in channels that are similar to what you want yours to start to become as you grow can really be an excellent for coming up with video ideas. We got to remember that people are always looking for shortcuts. What's the easiest way to do things? Tips and tricks videos that would go along with your tutorials that make the process, here's the big way of how to do it, but here's the tips and tricks to make it easier. Also great options. Still, as we're considering more tutorial options, back up and think about, what do beginners need to know about this topic? Don't just think about it at the idea level and the knowledge level that you can present. Think about somebody who's just dipping their toes into the water and how you can really boil it down to the basics. Dog obedience lessons for first-time dog owners. Basic croquet techniques for beginners who are looking for summertime fun. So you want to crochet your first baby blanket? Here's what you need to know. Think about someone who is just really kind of maybe even doing some initial research. They don't want all the 15 layers of information on things. They just want some beginner steps that give them an idea whether this is something they want to keep pursuing. And it welcomes them in for them to be able to pursue, hopefully, further content that you would have on the topic. But really aiming it for beginners brings in almost a whole different type of audience than other how-to videos you might do. And when we have stuff to teach, people are thrilled to see ways that we've screwed up. And we talk about it, and we tell those stories, and we talk about what we did to rectify the situation. Here's how I screwed up. Here's what I learned. Here's a video on the first mistakes I made when I was changing my own oil. Or here's what went wrong when I first tried eating a high-protein diet. Here are the big lessons I learned after I killed all the daffodils in my yard and didn't know how it happened. Here's what I learned after I fixed my driveway cracks and what I do differently this next time. Anything that you can do of, I screwed up, but here's how it got better as a result of that screw up is excellent fodder. Think about also lessons or even maybe challenges, I see them a lot too, of what you can do in a specific time frame. Here's what happened when I started eating small meals a day for a month. Here's what happened when I did this particular lawn maintenance care thing through June and July. And don't ever be afraid to incorporate some good storytelling when you've got the, especially transformation videos, here's my screw up videos. If you can just tell a story and poke some fun at yourself and laugh at the situation and kind of talk about, well, this happened and then, whatever, and don't be afraid to kind of show the emotion with it. Because it helps people to, A, like and trust you a little bit more as you're telling a story, and B, it just makes the videos more interesting as you go. So don't keep things so black and white of, oh, here's the facts of how it happened and how I screwed up. Tell your stories, talk about what you did wrong that you're laughing at yourself now, and just draw people in that way. What do you have going on that you can give a specific tour of? Here's my newly organized kitchen pantry. Let me show you how it's put together. Here's the new toolbox I just bought for my garage. I'll show you just how I have it all laid out. Let me show you my favorite things about the town that I live in and why so many people enjoy coming here. Or, we're really staying at a cool Airbnb. Let me give you a tour. I think you'll love it. What are some specific recommendations that you can make, either for a specific niche or a specific task? The best books to read to learn about beginning investing. The best apps to use for finding good walking trails. The best travel websites for single travelers. For some reason, people seem to really like routine videos, like you're kind of opening the curtain into the backstage of your life and the things that you do every day that sort of just keep things going, and it might give ideas for somebody to be able to do too. My nighttime skincare routine, the easy lunches I have at the ready when I keep my grandkids and are easy for me to make, my relaxing evening routine that helps me to get better sleep at night, my regular maintenance routine that I use to keep my air conditioner working great. The routines don't just have to be a day in a life sort of thing. I think if you keep them around specific topics, maybe specific demographics, you can help them to stand out a little bit more, but they still have that intrigue that people still want to watch the routines. And one topic that I'll end up with here, lots of topics actually, if they can circle around some way that you can solve somebody's problem, or you can help them get past a pain point that they're like, ugh, I wish I could figure out a better way to do this, you can really, A, help somebody, and B, generate interest, because who doesn't want to get past a problem that's really a sticking point for them? 5 simple stretches to relieve your back pain. How to rekindle a friendship that's drifted apart. Here's an easy fix for this common problem with an iPhone 15. Helping you set boundaries in relationships with your adult kids. It doesn't have to just be how-to things. I'm throwing in some relational ideas in there too. So you have like the hard stuff and then the soft topics. I think any way that you can help someone solve a problem and relieve some aspect of pain that they're in is something that people are likely going to want to watch because they just want a helpful solution. So I know I've thrown a lot at you in this, and I really hope that some of these have stuck in your mind of, oh, that's something I might be able to do, or I could take that kind of idea and I could make it work for this. I can't offer topics that go with every niche, but I try to make some really general suggestions here so that you can kind of grab into and think about how you can incorporate them with your own channel and your own topics and your own emphasis within the niche that you've chosen. But let me always encourage you, be strategic about what you're choosing. Find ways that you've seen, okay, other people have done videos that are kind of generally on that and they seem like they worked. So I'm going to put my own spin on it. And absolutely be thinking of the titles that people would be searching for to have the topics that are in your videos, whether it's a shopping haul from a specific store for a specific holiday, or here's how I solved this specific problem and spell it out. People are on YouTube searching for things all the time. So as much as we can line up what our titles are to get attention from just the algorithm and how people are going to line up with this title will come up when I search for this, and have good quality information to it too, that ends up being wins. Well, I hope your mind is just spinning with ideas now of things that you can talk about on your channel. And I mentioned a little bit about the algorithm and search. I do have a video here that I go into a lot more depth with that. So if you're trying to figure it out, like we all are, of how the whole search function and how videos are pushed out on YouTube, I go into greater depth there. So if that's something you're looking for, I think you might find some answers there. And I would love if you would subscribe. I want to keep talking about things to help you succeed on your YouTube channel, especially if you're over the age of 40, and love to keep connecting.